There is nothing wrong with being divorced 2, 3, 4, 10 times. There's nothing wrong with that. If the pants don't fit, you return them to the shop and then you start a new story. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what's wrong with that? Culture. Culture told us that if a woman is married more than 2 times, there's a problem. If she gets married 5 times, she's weird. If she's divorced with kids, no one wants her. It's all cultural programming. And the problem is, what is culture, Doc? Culture is peer pressure from the grave. Because the people who created the culture died. And they're giving us peer pressure from the grave. And I'm satisfying people who don't even exist anymore. Why can't you and I create our own culture? How come they could? How come I can't now? So it's like, I think culture is co-created, and me at home with my son, we have our own culture. Yes, I love my culture from the UAE. I respect it and everything, but I don't follow everything in it. I have my own culture at home. Me and my son, we have our own culture. What's wrong with that? Why am I not allowed to have that? Why am I following someone else's culture? And they're not even here.
Logically, repeated divorce reduces long-term stability. Each separation increases emotional baggage, lowers trust from future partners, and raises the probability of failure in the next relationship. When the same outcome repeats, the constant factor isn't the partners. It's the behavior that was never corrected. If this hit home, make sure to like, comment your thoughts, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the video. More real talk coming.
After you actually lose a good man, let me tell you the aftermath. Before you choose to lose this good man, you will try to find a man equivalent to the man you're with. And you will think that you could find better. But when you actually put yourself out there, you'll realize that there is no man left right now. And every man will try to use you for a certain thing. And you will look for that man that you left in other men. You will regret that man to the core, because you'll realize that there is no good people out there, and nobody loved you as much as that man loved you. And after that, you will try to go back to that good man, only to realize that that good man doesn't want you. And he actually found a good girl. If you have someone good in your life, cherish them. Don't think you could replace them.
Most women end up a reflection of their mother. Mama was a single mother. Mama was wild when she was young. Mama couldn't make it work with numerous men. And women like these mothers are the majority. Why do you think young people have the dating scene that they have now? Because most of society was raised by dysfunctional mothers. Ladies, if you left a good man to go live like a hot girl, that's probably what your mother was thinking when she was your age, and she wasn't willing to listen to nobody either. Y'all gonna end up like that 38-year-old eligible bachelorette preaching the gospel, all to end up getting backlash from the same women you trying to save.
Mrs. Rivera, I'm glad you're getting a divorce. Mrs. Rivera, I will say this to you. You're foolish. You had a good thing. As soon as it wasn't a perfect thing, it made you angry. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. You most certainly are not perfect. And the next guy you get is not going to be perfect. And unless you're willing to put up with a little bit of, they say for better or for worse for a reason. It's not going to be all lollipops and sunshine. And when it's not lollipops and sunshine for your husband, you at least give him a lollipop. You might not be able to make the sun shine, but you can give him a lollipop, and you didn't do it. You decided that your marriage was about you, for you, and because of you, and when he hit a rough patch, you were like, I'm sick of you. I'm tired of it. You're not a king and wonderful anymore because you're not doing everything I want to. You're no longer Mr. Perfect, and I have no obligation to give anything to you. That's tired and that's sad, and he's a good dude. Mr. Rivera, you were cool until you got on that motorcycle and rolled off like you didn't have a kid. At no point in time do you get to do that. As a mother, she can't just, I'm not going to work now, so my kid's not going to have anything to eat. You didn't have a right to do that. So, take care of your kids. Be a better person.
You gotta watch this.
I ended up losing the man that I was supposed to marry because I was too hot. I was thinking I was and had options. And I did. But they wasn't good options. I ended up losing a man that I would call 3 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to cuddle. And this man was coming town to see me. You know what I mean? 3 o'clock in the morning. What man doing that? I had a man that knew me and my son was in the house hot as fuck. He went out of his way and spent $300 on getting me and my baby an air conditioner to put in our house. And me and that man ended up hitting a rough patch in our relationship. And I decided to go seek, other options because I thought they was better.
Wow, so just to run that back, she had a man who would drop everything at 3 o'clock in the morning just to come by and cuddle with her. And not only cared for her, but also cared for the well-being of her child because they was in this hot house, and he went and got an air conditioner for them so that they wouldn't have to worry about that heat. Sounds like somebody who really cared about this woman. Let's continue.
And at the time, dealing with it and being in the midst of it, it might have seemed like it was better. It might have seemed like, yeah, this is a lot better. But, after it's all said and done, that wasn't better. You know why? Because that man that I was supposed to marry wouldn't have had me dealing with my pregnancy alone. He wouldn't have left me out to go to every single appointment by myself. He wouldn't have had me in a delivery room by myself, giving birth to not one, but 2 babies at one time. That man wouldn't have missed his kid's first birthday. That man wouldn't have not seen his kids in over a year in person. That man wouldn't have fed me bull and lies and excuses on why he couldn't be there or why he can't show up. He would have made a way. And it's like, I just say all of this to say, like, you really don't know what you got until it's gone. And you really don't know the value of things until it's gone. And I'm not even trying to bash my baby father or anything like that or speak down on him. But it's like, if I had known better at the time and I wasn't so young, dumb, and full of I wouldn't have did that, If I had known better, I would have done better.
Woo! So that goes to say, just because you hit a rough patch in your relationship, unless it's something that's irreparable, I'd say try to work it out. We all have our flaws, and we may have disagreements. But instead of going through the storm, she decided to go with her options. And look how that turned out. Well, it sounds like she got pregnant again with twins. No help at all. He didn't come to the doctor's appointments. He didn't show up when she needed him. I guarantee you, she couldn't call on him at 3 o'clock in the morning and expect him to be there. And she threw away a good relationship because of a disagreement.
And every day I'm working towards trying to forgive myself for that, because he didn't deserve that. And women make mistakes too. It really ain't all the men that out here that be cheating and lying and doing stuff like that. Like, women have babies on men too, and I'm sadly one of them. But I love my kids with everything in me, and I wouldn't trade them for nothing in the world. But I just wished I would have picked a better father for them.
This has to be heartbreaking. This is a reminder that sometimes we don't realize the value of what we have until we've lost it. The good man that she had was ready to be there for her, to support her emotionally, probably in other ways too. I mean, it's easy to get caught up in the illusion of new things, new adventures, new opportunities, new people. But we need to recognize and appreciate the people that we do have in our lives. The ones who show up, who care, and who are there when we need them the most. So what can we take away from this? Don't let the illusion of endless options make you overlook the real gems that you already have. Don't make the mistake of thinking the grass is greener on the other side.
I don't know what woman need to hear this, but hear me clear. If you got a man that loves you, if you got a man that's trying, that's doing everything in his power to get better and rise to the occasion of loving you, stay there. Because it's easy for you to be like, I can have anybody I want, because you can. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want me, and that's probably true because you're beautiful. But you will quickly find out that a lot of the motherfuckers that want you, you don't even want. And a lot of men that want you will never love you, will never try as hard as the man that you are with right now, will never rise to the occasion of loving you. Sometimes that's the illusion. You'll be like, oh, you don't know how many men ask for my number. You don't know how many men I can have anybody I want. You don't be wanting people. That's very rare. So if you're in a relationship with a man who doing his very fucking best to learn you, to love you, to get better on behalf of loving you, stick the fuck around, because I'm trying to tell you that a lot of people want you, but a lot of people don't have the capacity to keep you, love you, or take care of you. Do not let the illusion of all these men wanting your number and liking your pictures and getting in your head even fuck you out of a good person that actually care about you.
Listen, the biggest mistake a woman can make is taking a good man for granted, all because she believes she has options. Let's make something clear. Just because you've got men in your DMs doesn't mean any of them love you. Don't get it twisted, ladies. Attention is not affection, and desire is not devotion. A real man, listen, the kind of man that truly loves you, he's not easy to find, because that type of man, he listens to you, he protects you, he believes in you, he invests in your growth, and he stays consistent even when you're not at your best. But you know what happens many times? You know what we do as women many times? We don't play him. We compare him to the flashy guys. We compare him to the emotionally unavailable men. Sometimes they insult him, ignore him, manipulate him, treat him like he'll always be there until he's no longer there. And then, when he finally walks away, that's when the realization kicks in. That's when you realize the truth. Those men in your inbox, they weren't really trying to build anything. They were just passing time. And now, the one who was ready to give you the world is gone. Listen, ladies, don't be fooled. Gifts aren't love. Sex isn't commitment. And good morning, beautiful, and those texts from strangers don't mean that you're being cherished. Sis, you can find a man who wants your body on every street. But a man who wants your soul, who wants to help you heal, who wants to build a future with you, that type of man is very rare. So if you've got a man who's consistent, who supports you, who corrects you in love, who forgives you, who invests in you and stays loyal when things aren't perfect, protect that man at all costs. Appreciate him. And stop playing games, sis. Because even the strongest man has a breaking point. And you know what? The biggest regret is realizing that you lost something that was real. You lost something that was valuable because you didn't value it when you had it in your hands.
Why is it that so many women, once bold and independent in their 20s, are now full of regret and tears in their 30s and 40s? Why does independence taste bitter when you're eating it alone at an empty dinner table? Well, today, I'm giving you 7 raw, unfiltered reasons why so many women are aging alone and they're bitter about it. No pandering, no caping, just the truth they don't want to hear, but desperately need to. Reason number 1, rejection of femininity. Too many women strip themselves of gentleness and humility for aggression and ego. They were told femininity was weakness, so they became masculine carbon copies of men. But now that the years have passed, they're realizing the truth. Men don't marry competitors, they marry complementers. Modern culture sold women a lot. Be strong, be independent, and he'll still love you. But the reality, most men don't want a second man in the house. They want a helpmate, not a rival. Reason number 2, independence became a religion. Society told women, you don't need a man. And now, life is proving them right, but painfully so. They did everything solo, made their own money, paid their own bills, climbed the ladder, and now they're also crying alone, eating alone, and sleeping alone. Independence is not a replacement for intimacy. And now they're realizing, I can do bad all by myself. It's not a goal, it's a curse. Reason number 3, men are tired of being used, then blamed. Many good men got burned early. They gave love, provision, leadership, and got disrespected in return. Now those same men have wised up. They're not chasing anymore. They're not playing Captain Save-A-Ho. They're prioritizing peace over pretty. Women who once said, I don't need you, are now crying, where have all the good men gone? And the answer? We're still here. We just don't want you anymore. Y'all are so unfit for relationships. Y'all won't even tell your sons to date women with your resumes. And that is a damn shame. Reason number 4. A woman's desire to date up in status, income, and influence leaves her with fewer viable options the older she gets. Let's be real. Men at the top has access to the best. And if a woman's attitude is nasty, if her peace is absent, if her femininity is gone, why in the hell would he pick her? Men have options too. And they're choosing younger, softer, sweeter women who bring peace, not power struggles. And the icing on the cake? More and more men each year are becoming high earners in their 30s and enjoying the single life, traveling the world, and they're not looking back. Reason number 5, delusional dating standards. Too many women held on to fantasy over reality, waiting for a 6'4" millionaire, emotionally intelligent, faithful, ripped, gentle but aggressive, romantic but tough unicorn man, while bringing nothing but attitude, student loan debt, and entitlement to the table. As time passed, their value dried up, but their standards didn't. Now they sitting in bitterness, refusing to compromise, not realizing they're no longer in their prime. They're in denial. The crazy thing is, you could have kept the men who held his value longer than you. You just didn't know how to keep him happy. You failed to stay in your lane while he led. And most of y'all let yourselves go while thinking the grass was greener on the other side. And when you found out it wasn't, you started looking at younger women who looked like they were winning. You saw their bodies, the hips and the thighs, and you thought to yourself, I got enough money. I'll just go to Dr. Miami and lay down under the blade. And when he started chopping you up, the Pookie started knocking you up. And that's when you realize that even if you gift wrap shit, it doesn't take away the stink. So now you're crying with your BBL and your donut lips. And guess what? Just because somebody pulling up after 9 to pipe you, don't mean they're there to wife you. So, at this point, you can do like the rest of these bitter women. Take your ass and your tears to the churches. They'll make sure you hear what you want to hear so you can continue to enjoy your delusion. Reason number 6. Entitlement without self-work. Many women believe they were the prize without doing any other work to become it. They think a man should chase them just because they exist. But here's the truth. Beauty fades, but character remains. Men are realizing that a beautiful face can hide an ugly spirit. And now women who spent decades inflating their egos are left wondering why no one is simping for them anymore. Women with beauty, femininity, and cooperation are the only women in the world that are prize-worthy. And women with beauty, attitude, and pushback are great for back shots and making sure the neighbors know our name. The self-work women do these days is for independence, and I'm not talking about financially. Their self-work makes them spiritually independent because they edged God out. Sexually independent because no man wants to lay up under no bitter-ass coochie. Reason number 7. Late life regret can't undo early life rebellion. You can't reject good men for 20 years, then ask for a high-value man at 40. Many women are trying to come back to the table after years of mistreating men, mocking marriage, glorifying promiscuity, and chasing independence. But by the time they came back, the table is cleared, the chairs are stacked, and the men have left the room. You don't get to reject order and expect acceptance. You chose rebellion. You chose empowerment, and it didn't work out the way you wanted it. Men do not care how much makeup you try to use to cover it up. We dealt with y'all heathens long enough to develop x-ray abilities to see through your Maybelline and Botox. So what you can do is show up for the discounts when the dogs and cats go on sale. And I might be there to help you in customer service. Okay, here's my final thoughts. Fellas, you are not the villain. You're not bitter. You're just finally wising up. You don't owe your peace to anyone who once laughed at your leadership. You don't owe your love to someone who thought your masculinity was a flaw. But if you're a man who contributed to this mess, maybe you were reckless. Maybe you were raised by a single mom, or just passive. The solution isn't guilt, it's realignment. Start building again with righteousness, with discipline, and with clarity. You are a part of the YouTube channel Brotherhood that can relate to you. Because if the majority of us men lead better, we can attract better. It's gonna be hard because a lot of this shit ain't our fault. And we may have to drop our anchor in a different country and start there. Because if you're pushing 40 plus, you are taking a huge risk with these women in the West. Now, I got lucky. I met my wife in college. She was 20, she was hopeful, she was impressionable, and I wholeheartedly believe if any of you men watching this video would have got out of the cesspool dating market just as fast as I did when I met my wife, you would have married her too. And to the ladies watching this, I cannot say the same about you when you were best suitable for marriage. I've seen too many of y'all choose independence and frat party freak-offs over the guy that met with you weekly in study hall, who was actually your match made in heaven. 99% of women are being blessed early with the love of their life as early as 21. 80% of those women choose to be bust downs. They choose the bear. They choose Louis, Gucci, and Prada. They choose the bad boy with the bag. These women end up leaving them because Although these guys are very generous and softer, women still want strong male leadership, even though they don't even openly admit it.
An uncomfortable truth is all women are not ready to be led. I don't care how much you love her. I don't care how fine she is, how thick she is, how long y'all been together, how much you care about her, how much you want to lead her. If she not ready to be led, you ain't gonna lead. If you offer guidance to her and she thinks it's control, she not ready to be led. If she rejects your feedback, even though it's constructive criticism, she's not ready to be led. If she thinks compromising for something is losing, she's not ready to be led. If she ignores direction, guess what? She's not ready to be led. If she's not willing to change or evolve.
Don't shoot the messenger. Feminism told y'all be strong, independent, and alone. And y'all followed it to the grave. Y'all pushed all the good men away, call submission slavery, and think being difficult is cute. Now y'all 35 and tired, looking around like, oh, where the good men at? Sis, they moved on. Real men want peace, not problems in a lace front and a loud voice. Feminism sold y'all freedom, but they didn't mention the price. Loneliness.
A lot of women are in relationships that they're being tolerated. He can't stand you. Not because you're not a kind person, not because your food doesn't taste good, not because you might not know how to put it down, like not because of any of that, but because you're disrespectful and it's unattractive to a man.
You have to watch this woman.
So let me get this straight. So many modern day women think that they're the prize because basically they're a functioning adult and they pay their bills. Like, congratulations for paying your electric bill. I guess that means you deserve princess treatment. Meanwhile, these women are ill-mannered, don't know how to communicate, they don't know how to take constructive criticism, they only know how to focus on negative behaviors instead of positive behaviors, they have unhealed trauma that they constantly project onto other people, they're selfish and entitled and expect everyone to cater to them while they give nothing in return. They have poor time management, they don't have any priorities in place, they don't know how to focus, they don't know what they really want in life, which is why they dabble in everything and sleep around. They prefer negative attention rather than no attention at all. Their idea of positive friendships is how many followers they have, and their reputation online is more important than who they are in real life. Dismissive to anybody's feelings or opinions if it doesn't validate them. They bully people while simultaneously preaching women empowerment, but yet they have so much to bring to the table because they're a functioning adult and they pay their bills. Make that make sense. Okay, bye.
Okay, let's talk about this. It's like we've got this whole generation glamming up for the gram, right? But when it comes to the real tangible stuff, making a home, being there for your family, it's like, where's the effort? I get it, looking good feels great, but since when did that become everything? There's so much more to being a strong woman than just your looks. It's about building something, contributing in real, meaningful ways, and yes, that includes at home. We've got to stop pretending like taking care of our families, cooking a meal, creating a loving home is something old-fashioned or unimportant. It's not, it's powerful. Let's not lose sight of that.
Thank you for watching and staying until the end. I really appreciate you giving your time and energy to this video. If it resonated with you in any way, feel free to like, comment, and share your thoughts. Your support truly means a lot.